gas most of the afternoon. With that, let's go over to Canada. Sean,
let me turn this down, sorry.
PSV, you're up and stand by TOJ.
Nice band on 80 meters tonight. Anyways, hello everybody. This is going to be my correction video on the 458 SOCOM feeding problems. I mean, not that the other stuff I said was bad. Everything helped a little bit, but what solved my problem had nothing to do with the magazine. It really didn't. Remember, I had done the mod for the mag, and that helped. I got to the point where I could feed with the new barrel up to 4. Well, let me start at the beginning, okay? I had this. Sorry, guys, I turned you down. I had this upper I bought off a gun broker, and I got a good deal, and I paid a little $300 for it, and shot great. I was loading up these nice big things that I heard about. Oh, God, I don't want to. I always butcher his name. I'm so sorry. I've learned more from him than anybody else, and I always butcher his name. Give me a minute. I'll look it up here. Should have wrote a note. Full lead taco, yeah, on his channel. 600 grain. Nice little round. And that is coated. I stole his idea of the clear coat because I thought the bullets were too fat. So I went from the green to the clear, which is a little skinnier, but anyways. I was trying everything I could think of. I started out, I was having feeding problems. I would get stovepipes almost all the time. And once I modified the mag and I bought followers on eBay, see how that follower is nice and solid? It does make it a lot easier to load. This magazine is so much easier to load these big rounds in than one that's got followers for 223. They just go in smooth, okay? But, all right, so I'm doing all this. I did everything I can think of, and I still kept having jams. Well, I think that the barrel's screwed up. I also had I bought cheap dies, and I've used Lee dies on a lot of stuff and gotten away with it, but I think I just happened to got a bad set of dies or whatever. When I trimmed I finally got to the point where I was so affixed on the bullet. I actually bought some commercial bullets, which, if you know me personally, me buying commercial bullets is not something that happens very often, okay? I mean, to throw money away every time you pull the trigger, to me is like, oh my God, that's terrible. Yes, I'm cheap. And they had the same problem. I'm thinking, well, then it can't be the diameter of the bullet or anything like that, or the fact that that's got a flat nose and this one does not. So then I got the idea. I'm looking at the gun. I'm like, what the hell is going? I just dropped a size case into the chamber. I mean, I couldn't feed it but I dropped it in there, and it didn't go in all the way. Like, what the hell? Okay, it's in there. I let the bolt go, crunch, and I go to pull it out, and I'm having to tap on it with something to get the bolt open. It's a resized case, okay? Well, so I had that determined that, okay, something. So I ordered the same dies that he used, RCBS dies. Probably should have ordered them to begin with. I ordered the dies, and I de-primed 100 and some pieces of live primers on my brass, and none of them went off. Now, thank God would. I was careful. I even reused the primers because I told you I'm cheap, right? And I sized them with that RCBS, and of course I only sized a couple, and I cleaned them off, tried them, dropped right in, fall right out, perfect. Okay, so we got a die problem. Okay. So I go through there, redo all those. I load up some rounds, some test rounds, and they're cycling okay. That's cool. As long as I only put 2 in the magazine, they were feeding fine. Didn't matter if it was these guys or the cast. I put 3 in the magazine, I'd start having stovepipes half the time. I put 4 in the magazine, I have a stovepipe every time, guaranteed your money back from craft. Okay. So finally, I decided I'm done playing with it. I should have bought a better barrel. Every once in a while I have to relearn that lesson and not buy the cheapest thing out there. Tools and other things. So I ordered a barrel, and I'm all excited. I ordered it in stainless steel. I don't like stainless steel. Anyways, the barrel comes in less than a week. Couldn't complain. It was like a little over $300. And I never swapped a barrel before, but I figured it out. I got it all. As luck would have it, the gas tube fit. Everything fit. Okay. Put it all back together. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I can't see straight. I put my 4 fake rounds in there, and first time it jammed, but then afterwards it didn't jam, and sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. I'm like, oh my God, it's still got. I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, as my luck would have it, which is lack of luck, the compensator or the muzzle brake, whatever you want to call the end of the barrel, threads are different. So the one off the old one would, you could feel some resistance. I ain't going to screw up the threads, so I didn't force it on there. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have to buy a new muzzle brake, which didn't bother me that much because I'm going to give my son-in-law the old barrel. He can work on it. He's good at, he can figure stuff out. He likes tinkering with stuff. So, I mean, he'd need a muzzle brake anyway, right? So I get on the, I got to spell this, Tromix, Tromix website I was turned on. Tromix, where I bought the barrel. And I look at their FAQ page thinking, oh, maybe there'll be some threading information on there. Well, there wasn't, but there was something more important in there. And I'm scrolling down here, and one of the questions is, I'm having problems feeding with my Tronics barrel. Do I need to pull out a Dremel and destroy the barrel extension? Well, that caught my attention. So I opened it up and read the answer. It says, put down the tools and step away from the bench, which is exactly what I've been doing. There's nothing wrong with the barrel extension. If you're having feeding problems, it's an issue with your bolt. You most likely didn't buy the bolt from Tromix. Well, as luck would have it, the bolt came with the rifle. Only I'm like, with the barrel. But I'm like, okay, I have one already. I don't need that. So I put it in my spare parts drawer for AR-15. And, because I already had a bolt on there. What the hell? And I'm looking at that, and I get that bolt out, and I look at the one that I have. I bought it from Brownells. I bought the whole carrier group from Brownells with the bolt for $458 SOCOM. And Brownells normally they sell great stuff. And so I'm looking at them, and I can't tell much difference at all. There's a little, the ejector looks like it's just a tad deeper. That could just be my eyes. And one of the lugs looks like it's a different shape. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything. If somebody suggested I go stand on the roof on 1 foot and scream like a chicken, I probably would give that a whirl because I was at that point. So I swapped out the bolts, put it all back together. The guys ain't going to work, right? But my 4 round in feeds just fine. Did a dummy round. So I made a couple more dummy rounds up, put them in, kept feeding just fine. Really? So I loaded up, what is it? 4 or 5, whatever I had in live ammo I had made up. Kind of make it grow as you need it, you know. Having ammo was never a problem in this gun because I didn't shoot that many. I'd shoot 3 or 4 a day and then go in and try and figure out what my problem is because the problem's still there. Took them out back to the range. Chambered. Oh, that was sweet. Chambered right off the bat. Just boom, 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 boom. No problem. No problem. I have a small problem. The only problem I got is the brass now gets a little more spread out. Where before it was almost laying it in a pile for me. It's really nice. So anyways, oh, really? So I go back in here and I quickly loaded 10 more rounds. And I had never put 10 rounds in this magazine before in its whole life. Not once. Well, I put those in, took it out there. I was like, it can't possibly. This can't be it. This had to have been a fluke. So I went out there, pushed the button, changed the first round. Bang, chamber, no problem. Bang, 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 bang. I'm missing like hell because I remember I've taken this red dot off a time. And I haven't bothered to zero it yet because I don't have the muzzle device yet, and that's going to screw up the point of impact, so what's the point, right? Anyway, but it's every one of them. Shot and cycled, no problems at all. And I'm like, And okay, now it's getting a little dark, and it's too dark to keep shooting, so I have to make more ammo up. So that night I made more ammo up. In fact, I knew my son-in-law was coming out to get that barrel. They texted me, hey, the barrel's ready for you, pick it up. And so I made up some ammo. In fact, I made up like 40 rounds, which was a lot for me. For this, 40 rounds, come on. And we can only shoot 2 at a time. So he comes out, and I tell him about the thing. Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, man, I can't believe it's a bolt business. And he's like, okay, so we load up 10 rounds. He takes them out there, and boom, 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 boom. And we both got the same idea at the same time. I wonder if that's what's wrong with the other barrel. Before he takes off with the barrel, there's only one way I know to find out. So here we are, taking the gun apart, ripping all my parts off, taking the poor little red dot off again, and yanking the brand new barrel out. Barrel hasn't been in this gun 24 hours. This barrel's starting to feel like an orphan. And so he yanks the barrel out, puts the old barrel in, hooks up all the gas stuff, hook it all up. Load up 10 more rounds, go out there, so this can't be it. No, it just can't. And I let him do it, because technically it's his barrel now. I gave it to him. Chamber's just fine, right? He bang, 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 cleans them out. Like, you're kidding me. So we do it again, just in case it's a fluke. We shot 40 rounds, no problem. I have yet, knock on wood, had a feeding issue with either barrel with that new bolt in it. Now, how in the hell a bolt makes that much difference, I have no idea. He measured stuff. We couldn't figure out what the hell's going on with it, but it works. The difference in it working and not working is pretty obvious. So, the magazine mods that we did are not, they're not bad. Oh, and the other thing I did this today. Okay, this is the day after that Tony came out. We did all that. I had these little mags that I bought because I like shooting from the bench and just in the room, and I don't need to put 1 million in at a time. Just to hold 5. But I went ahead. I had an extra follower, so I put the follower in just because I'm a creature of habit. And I took this out, shot it. That worked really good. Cool. I'm glad. Then I bought this one magazine to rip the spring out of it. It's just what I call a junker. They had a box of old ones at the local gun store. I would just take the spring out and start cutting the spring and see if I could relieve that pressure in there. I thought, I'm going to try that. So this is a totally 100% unmodified magazine. Oh, and this is unmodified. I didn't mess with the edge of that at all. Not once. Okay, so I took this out today and I loaded 10 rounds. And I got to tell you, it's a little more difficult to get the 10 rounds in this thing because the follower is not one of the ones that work flat. It's an El Cheapo Supremo, but I got 10 rounds in it. Took them out there. Bang, 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 bang. No problem. Every single one of them fed just fine. So I don't know that you need to do all that stuff with your mag. And I'm still going to for my 458 SOCOM because they're a lot easier to load this way. There you have to fight with it because that, the follower for the 223 is in your way, but these are just simple to load, so that makes it worth something to me. And so what I'm telling you guys is, if you're very frustrated and you will spend some money, because I looked in here, because I told Tony, the only way I'm going to give you this barrel is if I get you a bolt to go with it. You can ride along, free shipping on my for that compensator or muzzle brake, what are you going to call that order? I didn't think the damn bolt's $110. That is not a mistake. It's $110. It's not the bolt carrier, it's the bolt. And man, I know that's a lot for a bolt. That's just insane for a bolt. But it works. That's all I'm telling you. So if you're at that point where you've tried everything you can dream of, you're in for a penny, in for a pound type thing, you might try buying a bolt from them folks. I don't know. So to me, it was. I bought the one for Tony. It was $110 because I didn't want him to go through the nightmare I went through. Man, you don't want to play with this shit. And because I can imagine a guy who had to drive out to the range every time to test, he'd be months trying to figure this out. I have the ability to go out there and just touch him off at the range, but at some point it quit being fun and it got to be, well, I ain't gonna let this damn thing beat me. That's what it got to be with me. I am a little hard-headed that way. So now, if I was going to buy a new one, I'd go buy the whole upper from this company because I've heard nothing but good stuff from them. In fact, they've got a 450 Bushmaster that, I've got a beautiful bolt gun, but I don't know. I may have to check it out. Not right now. I'd really like to have a suppressor for this, but I ain't ready to drop another $1,000. You got to wait a year anyway, so it's the, Who knows? Probably ought to do it before the Democrats are in office now. Go and find some other way to screw with this. But I'm happy to shoot. In fact, I went ahead and ordered the 350 grain bullet mold from NOE for that supersonic bullet. I got some gas checks in, and I'm looking forward to playing with that. In fact, really am. So, anyways, I don't know that I don't think I steered anybody the wrong way, and it did help my feeding issues. I couldn't feed one before I did all those things, but with the right bolt, you don't got to jump through all those hoops if you don't want to. So, I'm going to put I think I'll leave the original video up, and I'll add this, but I'll go and edit the original one in the description. Say, hey guys, look at this video before you go and do anything. Before you pick up your tools, watch both videos. Okay? So if I let anybody stray, if they feel I did, I'm sorry, but this is a learning process for me, and that fixed it for me. And if you're having as much problem as I was, a new bolt, I think would be worth it. I mean, obviously I bought one for my son-in-law, so I thought it was worth it. And he's gonna build. He's got enough parts now with a stripped upper. He can build the whole upper, and he'll be rocking and rolling. So there we are. You live and learn. You know, I had one other gun give me a lot of trouble. I had to work on it way over a month when I was casting for it. It was like the third or fourth gun I ever loaded for. The second, I don't know. It's a 44 Marlin. And you guys have probably heard, if you watched all my videos, you heard me talk about that before. Because I learned more loading for that Marlin than I learned for any other gun before I got to this one. I had to learn because not all barrels are the same, are the right, or not right. Not all barrels are exactly what the books say. Some of them are larger. I had to learn about different groove style. I mean, once I learned all that and got the mold that was a little bit bigger, and I learned how to sight, everything was wonderful. It worked, but I spent a lot of quality time cleaning lead out of that barrel. And that's just not something I like to do. It's a pain in the butt. Actually, it's a pain in the barrel. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.